All right, everyone, welcome to our live session. Free Cash Friday. Once again, the very first thing to look for is a daily signal. There are a few signals from yesterday's Thursday. We have our inside day on gold. We had a close and breakout on oil at the high of the week and month. This is the highest closing price. And we also have some action on the indexes. No signal here besides 2 days of shorts, but we did have a closing breakout on the US 30 and the S&P, which has already left the station, but there are still targets to be met. Just one second, let me get this out the way. But regardless of the fact, before we get started, I just like to demonstrate or talk about the mistake that I made on Wednesday. So, reminder, this is not a signal service. So, it is important for you guys to get really, really specific with what you yourself are looking for. There was quite a few that take what I say very dear to heart. What do I mean by that? I mean that if I sit on my hands and say that there's nothing, some of you may take that to the extreme. There are many signals. Pick one. I have picking or I have chosen two signals that I like to go to every week. Now, that does not mean that there are no trades or no other setups. Regardless of the fact, right now, this is just an experiment. If you know what you're looking for, type your signal in the chat box. Now, I like to get familiar with everyone here. What are you looking for? Type your signals in the chat below. If you do not know yet, don't worry. And don't worry. This is just an exercise here. Closing breakout. Closing breakout trend reversal. Nice. Gold inside day. Is this what you're looking for? So fine. Inside days, that's it. Like in general. Forget what gold is doing. What is the signal that you are mastering? First red day. Okay. First red day. Nice. First red day. Nice. I also like the first red day. Okay. The point that I want to make here is that we're all looking for different signals. Some of us are looking for the same signal. So get really familiar with that. It's it's time to be accountable for our own trading. So if I say that I'm sitting on my hands and I don't like what I'm seeing, I just want to reassure you guys that does not mean that there are no trades. And I'll just like to take full accountability on my end for making that mistake to make it seem like that it is that way. It is not that way. This is not a signal chat. I do this to demonstrate the process so that you guys can see the simplicity of everything that I do. Inside day signal on gold. I mainly focus on gold. Clearly, it has already left the station, but the market is not open. So what will I do? I will wait for the market to open for a potential opportunity. If I do not get an opportunity and if I don't like everything else that I'm seeing on the chart, I will calmly walk away. Now, the improvement that I have made from last year to this year is only one thing. And that one thing is that I am willing to let the market go. Last year, I felt like I had to catch every move and I was trading a lot. This year, I am much more focused on sizing the best and doing absolutely nothing in between. That has allowed me to keep much more capital, make much more capital, and overall, my overall wellness of being is at a much more positive state consistently. I'm not over the edge with my blood pressure, with stressing over, oh, I missed that trade. Oh, I should have did this. Oh, I should have did that. Once again, I am much more willing to walk away and only focus on the days where it is easy for me to make money so that I can withdraw that from my account to my bank account. I said, anyway, you sound like a very calm person. I am very chill. Now, that doesn't mean that I don't have the other emotions. I will say that if you are if you are one of my brothers, you would know that I can still get angry. I can still get loud. I can still I'm still human. So, I'm just at the point in my life to where I know that I can choose how I want to be. So on a daily basis, even with my trading, I am choosing to be calm and well. So there was one point in my trading that trading was extremely stressful and it bled on to the relationships in my life. It bled on to my family, and I was not the best person to be around. Now that's completely changed. That's completely different. Whatever happens on the market stays on the market. If I have a really bad day, I'm still going to the gym. I'm still enjoying myself. I'm still enjoying time with family, friends. Eat, win or lose, it's gonna be the same exact wellness of mind, mindfulness throughout my day. So just to get to the point here, we are live. I had oil marked off for potential trend trade opportunity, which seems like they've already left the station. I don't want to counter trend this because we're still front side. This is still a very strong front side trend. So I don't want to counter trend this. And if we take a look at this on the daily, this has space back to the high of the month. We've had our first green day at the low of the month. We've had our three push pattern, which is pretty obvious here. Three push pattern formation. This is not coming back, at least for right now. So I don't want to counter trend this. Gold is interesting for one reason. On a daily chart, we have three higher closes, 3HC. 1, 2, 3. We have a close-in breakout, which we are trading above that breakout level. So I was a bit weary to call this a first red day. It could have been. We have breakout traders in the money, but until they start showing us signs of failure, this is still a strong trend. This could just be a counter trend day back to the highs. The NASDAQ, excuse me, the indexes, I'll go over all of them. Because I know there's some that trade the NAS, some that trade the 30, either or. Same with the indexes. I'll start with the US 30. We're still front side of the month. We have had a closing breakout, and we are still respecting that breakout, although we have had our first red day. One second. Right. The daily chart, just in my opinion, will bring so much calmness to your trading because if you're looking for the first red day, you're looking for on a daily chart stuff like this. Most likely a closing breakout, the first red day signal, and then the next day, the first red day trade. So these trade setups are truly daily signals and nothing else. So when you understand the daily chart, it becomes really easy to see when that daily signal presents most of the time after a closing breakout and there's money on the other side and you're taking into account that whoops, one second. I am watching the clock, by the way. We had 10 minutes until the open. I will clock in when the market opens. But for instance, when you take into account that everything is either a pump and dump or dump and pump, and that is a 1, 2, 3 step process. It could be the daily chart, it can be the 1 hour chart, it could be the 15-minute chart. I'm still looking for the same exact model throughout the entire process. A pump and dump, trend trade, reversal trade, or a dump and pump. GU has given us a really nice template for the month. There was quite a few other pairs that have done the same. You know what? I didn't even check the UK. We had an inside day signal yesterday, and today we have our breakout. I didn't even consider the UK. But anyway, the NASDAQ, we have had our first red day signal and our first red day trade, a beautiful one. We are now on top of the breakout level on the front side, technically, of this trend. So I will wait and see if they have locked in the high, which is the high bull. If they have truly locked in the high, we can see this break down. If they have not, this is just a 1, 2, 3 stop hunt pattern. for a trend continuation. Stop hunts are one, two, threes. They can be against the trend. They can be with the trend. If it's with the trend, it's a trap. If it's against the trend, that is a stop hunt. So just so far, because my watch list is pretty small today. Not a bad day, but not the best day. This may be a day where I sit on my hands. That's just fine. We've had great trades this week. Me myself, I've missed quite a few opportunities this week, if not every single one. But will I let that beat me up? Absolutely not. We have the next week, the next month, next Wednesday, next Friday, next Tuesday, next Thursday. Again, the difference between me this year and me last year is that I am willing to walk away if there is nothing on the charts for me to trade. So they hit stops up top. We know the stops are down low at the previous day's low and the low of the day. Speaking of stops, because that's what happened yesterday, a nail and bail. If you are trading any 3-session setup, the minimum target is always the low of the current day. Whoops. I don't even know how to activate that. Anyway, minimum target is always the current low of day. And if they consolidate after they hit the stops, the trade's over. Cut it. Nail and bail. So to explain somewhat of what happened yesterday, now you may not always be getting in directly at a level, but if you're around a level, there is a potential trade setup around that level. Using the new 15-minute, using the new 30-minute. I generally like to split my screens up like this. That way I can see how much time I have left in that hourly rotation. Which is 30 minutes. Is this right? Okay, yeah. This is what I like to see. This actually keeps me calm because once again, I'm not looking at the bars. I'm looking at the clock. There are stops up top and below. It doesn't mean they have to get there today, but they have hit the previous day's high after the inside day signal. Okay, we may get a false break reversal. They may have already locked in the P formation here. So we will wait and see. Is this a high of day to low of day opportunity? Question mark. Then I'm thinking in terms of setups. Is this a nail and bail, a high of day to closing price? Either way, gold is going to give me at least 50 to 100 pips, whatever happens today. So right now I'm waiting for that new 30-minute time candle to open, which at the same time will be a new 15-minute rotation. We have a breakout They break out. Where's the money? On the other side. So whenever I'm trading, I have a target in mind that keeps me sane. You can't necessarily trade with calmness if you don't have a target in mind, which is why I have targets in mind. Just getting these out the way for a second. So let's see what we can get as far as the minute detail goes. They have potentially locked in the high. Let's see if we can get a retest, potentially. Ooh, ooh. Hmm. This is not my general ideal signal, by the way, but they are easily traded. This a formation versus three pushes against the trend. Hola, sorry that. It's a nice pin hammer. And at the beginning of the new 5 minute candle, all is very well. Very well. How are you? Yes, sir. I got plenty of sleep last night for the first time this week, actually. And the sun is out, pretty warm. Let's see. Hope you had plenty of prayer bars. Actually have not taken a trade all week. My hands have been my bottom. It is really nice to learn your psychology. I remember when there was a time I just had to trade every day to now these days I just don't have that urge. I mean, it's still there, but it's not controlling me. See what time we're about to enter a new 15-minute rotation. This is a higher high according to the rules. Excuse me. Jeez. We're 45 minutes into the hour. Man, kind of struggled. Look at DJ. Oh yeah, I seen it already. It took off kind of early. I mean, I have my second screen here right next to me. It just went parabolic from the prior day's closing price level. Few minutes after the New York Open. Pretty nice template. Closing breakout. Where's the money? Most want to go long here. You wait. DJ30 is at Friday's Close. Excuse me. I'm yawning. Oh, see, I almost want to go long. We had 15 minutes left until the new hour. Right at the double zeros. I'm going to take a small starter position. Actually, yeah, let me wait. That's right at zeros. Is my main entry criteria. I just want to see the double zeros. AJ30 looks like they're about to hit Wednesday's high. Baby. Oh, it's the breakout traders. Nice trade. Nat Gas was also a nice setup today. Nat Gas usually takes off kind of early. Oh, it was also good. That's another one that took off early. About 150 pips. Let's see if they even get there. See, gold is interesting. Good morning, Yolanda. Is this the nice into the new hour? This might just be a this could just be a M. See how that plays out. Don't know. It could new high. We're still above EMA. Just focused on the clock. Matter of fact, we have a 1, 2, 3 on the 30 minute, a 1, 2, 3 on the 1 hour. Don't count pushes, but the 3 bar pattern is what I will often look for. It's either a stop punt or it's doesn't matter. Yeah, let me wait. Sweet. Excuse me. Yeah, I be preparing to go long hair shopping. I am taking long positions as I speak. Ready, pit stop. Go ahead and target these highs. This is the very beginning of the new hour, 10 a.m. We got that 15-minute close. I mean, barely close right above the previous day's high. That's kind of what's giving me the confidence to enter this trade. See how this goes. Obviously, we would be waiting to see if they break this. Oh, shoot. Mm. As soon as they break it, I'm going break even. Or as soon as they close above it, let's just say that. As soon as they close above it, they'll break. As a matter of fact, no need. Look at that. It's momentum, already break even. Risky trade. I can actually walk away at this point. As a matter of fact, I'm going to go ahead and make my morning green juice for a second. Enjoy. I'm still watching the chart. I have my phone. Yeah, baby. I'm gonna mute myself for just a second. Right. Just take a peek. Everything else. It is so crazy. What's the next? Bitcoin, today would be the minimum targets. Wouldn't say it's too late to trade them, man. You just gotta wait. We did come back to this level. Well, god dang. Breakouts, breakout, and continue. Oil, 30. Hmm. TP is 50 pips away. Just gonna let you guys know. I will do a small Q&A right after. If there's no further questions, I am running to the bank. Mind you, this is my only trade this week, like quite literally. US 30 shorts, 10 a.m. club, previous day high trigger. Yes, sir. For a nice this would be my minimum target there. The 10 a.m. just started though. US 30. Steven only looks for reversals only after they break out. Only after 10-8 be a perfect example. Or definitely quite a few levels to refer to this trade. Go over ES. ES should have the same exact thesis as the other indexes. And this all starts from the daily chart, by the way. Now, as far as the actual template goes, we're kind of late. Look who's in the money still. This guy, or the breakouts. They're still technically in the money, which is most likely what we're going to be drawing to later next week. We had a close and breakout signal and lower lows. Lower lows, the recipe for the pump and dump. So if you were not looking for the pump and dump, right at our levels, you have to draw these levels across before the session starts. And when they get there, really the best thing to do is just set an alert. When they get there, that was the new hour. That was right at 10 a.m. Minimum target should be the low of the day. Maximum target could be the previous day's low, but I highly doubt they will do that today. Doubt it. I would nail and bail this at least back to the closing price. I'll set an alert if they actually get there. But if this is not your setup, just leave it alone. We don't have to guess. We do not have to guess. Side day, which could also be considered a first green day for the week. The week. Matter of fact, Gold did this how many times already? They just keep doing it. Dump and pump. Heat formation. Let me zoom in. Peak formation. One, two, and I don't count until I get a signal. So if I don't get a signal, there is no count. But that is step three. That little tiny little wick, that's a higher high, which is the recipe for, you guessed it, the dunk and pump. One, two, three. Again, free cash. On a daily chart, I wouldn't call this the first green day, by the way. But sidebar with the trends and sidebar expansion, trend continuation, front side, we're still in breakout. We're above the breakout level. Breakout traders are still in the money. We do not have to do this. Draw gaps and sweeps and hunts is a gap. Need to do that. Even though they did retest it perfectly. No need to do that. We are just looking for signals, and I just count two, three. It's a little weird how numbers thing up. This one trade was worth 5 trades. Is worth 5 trades. I'm already pretty big. Let that sink in. Sit on your hands. Wait. Don't do anything rash. It took me a while, but the penny has dropped, dramatically dropped. All you need is one setup, one or two a week, one or two good setups that you can put decent size on. That's it. If you have taken this trade with me, smart man. You have not. No worries. Always next Wednesday and next Friday. Very nice. I mean, you're already there. I'm sure you would have taken this anyway. Yeah, I'm sure you did. They were 25 pips away and I'm done. Matter of fact, I'm gonna close it right now. Who cares? I'm out. For up for questions? If not, I'm going to immediately get this posted. I mean, There's really not much to review inside day signal. There was quite a few traders that were excited for this. Treat every signal the same. Can't count to three, no trade. Exactly. Get paid, get off the screen. Shut it down. As well, David. Take it easy. Eat. Again, this is not a signal service, just demonstrating the process. Can you explain what you mean in the video by zigzag inside day? The inside day. See, what video did I say that on? The inside day. I'm having a brain fart. Let me just draw this up. There's only two things the inside day can do. Trends or, and usually the zigzag happens only if they trigger breakouts at the beginning of the day and leave them trapped the majority of the day. Call it a zigzag because they trigger breakouts and you have breakouts triggered. Where is the other side? So they zigzag. Now it doesn't have to be a creeping trend. This can be explosive because this trade is trapped. But more importantly, what is this? It is a one, two, three. A creeping trend is something like this. They creep, 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 explode. Creeping trends, by the way, only resolve in one or two ways: the trend continuation or parabolic reversal, either or. The zigzag, let me actually bring up an example. See, when is the last time I seen that? I think it was UJ. Let me check. Here we go. Yeah. Inside day signal. Then what do? They trigger breakouts at the beginning of the day. I mean, they break out again, but you see how the move now it can be a creeping trend up if that's what you mean. A creeping trend up and an explosive move back to where the money is. Zigzag. I've seen this since then. I don't really pay attention to inside days though, so take my word for that. Main thing I look for as far as red days and closing breakouts. This was a pretty decent. I'm still looking at this as a closing breakout reversal because they closed in breakouts on Wednesday and they trapped breakout traders. Guess where the money is? Bingo. Bingo. Just wait for the easy money, get in at a level. Was thinking that gold could go short by the end of yesterday, but that's a bad habit. You don't want to think anything. There's no, oh, I thought this, I thought that. It's either during that session that you're trading, they give you the trend or the reversal from a level, or it's nothing at all. Oh, there are no further questions. Yeah. Yes, thinking is definitely for that. Is that the S&P? Oh, look what we have here. Look at the nut. Look what we have here. If you thought it was too late on these indexes, you are prematurely wrong. Just wait until they get to a level. Observe the behavior of price. And short on the DJ 30, you're killing it right now. I don't know. I don't know how you can just trade multiple. Now, I used to be able to do that more now. I'm more narrow-minded now. I mean, I see how you're doing it, but just keep it simple. There's no thinking here when you're at a level. So let me actually take that back. When you're at a level, there's no thinking. I mean, you can do it. Here's the thing. On one of the pairs is where most of your size is. Now, if you're gonna trade another pair, just size accordingly. Trading is discretionary. Just make sure that your risk control is controlled because that's the name of the game. Risk control. If you see it, take it. But I'm not gonna take multiple pairs with huge size on all of them. I may have all my size on gold and then treat this like a scalp. I'm still taking it though. I mean, that's just how I see it. Yeah, it was really good. It was right there. 10 a.m. club, A top. They break out. There's the money. Nicely done. Nicely done. Can't complain. Should still be in gold, but I need to get off the screen before I get FOMO. So, any questions? Anyone? Nicely done. This was a really nice month. We had some really, really great templates, by the way. Really great. Free moolah, free money. Okay, no questions. I will see you all next week. I will definitely make it up for the times that I was not at the screen. Funny enough, this is just my mindset. Now, don't care if I miss a trade. As a matter of fact, in my book, there's no such thing as a missed trade. It makes no sense. Only thing that I can miss, excuse me, the only thing that I can miss is something that I don't prepare for. Now, that may go over a lot of you guys' head, but there's really nothing to miss. It's always the next train station. Just wait. If you didn't prepare for something, how could you miss it? You didn't prepare. That's the story of my week. I was ill prepared on Wednesday and Thursday. So how could I miss anything? There's nothing to miss. Looked at my signals last night, prepared, executed. You have to do. See you all on the next one. Peace.